Hey guys, it's Jovi and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. How are you all doing today? I know y'all are having a fantastic day because I damn sure am. Okay, I stayed up, I watched the debates. Today is our first episode, well, official episode of our politics recap. And because the debate was last night, I decided we were going to do a whole live and not just a quick recap of the week's events. It's been a lot going on. When I'm telling you, but behind the debate itself and everything that happened there, Taylor Swift coming out right after the debate ended, and dropping her endorsement. Haitians eating cats in Ohio. It is profoundly insane. Okay. Even right now, they sitting up a couple of miles away from me in Manhattan because it's September 11th. Um, we'll do a moment of silence for that in a moment. And what's going on with that. Okay. So before we begin, because we got a lot, y'all. Please don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, I have a video that I literally just recorded. It is primed, it is prepped, it is dropping at 3 p.m. Make sure y'all get back here to watch it because we tan a hoe up. We what? Tan a hoe up. When karma spin that block, it's spin that block. Okay. So make sure y'all come back at 3 so you can watch that video as well. But before we even get on with it, y'all already know maintenance. Okay. Make sure to follow us on our TikTok. I'll be over there TikToking. Okay. Our numbers are rising. We're like almost at 1,300. Make sure you go and subscribe over there. Follow, whatever. Make sure y'all go ahead and go to the IG where I post all my pretty pictures. All right, all the pretty pictures. Get over to my website, jovibeauty.com. Grab you one of our cute scarves, one of our sweaters, mugs, even this cute ass hat I'm wearing. It's a Jovi hat. You already know. You already know. And go over to our TikTok. Please follow us on TikTok. We are really trying to get to 1,000 I guess followers on here because we need, okay, when I say we need to take our message over to TikTok. Okay, so if you have a TikTok, shout out to all of you who have followed me already on TikTok. I will follow you back if I recognize your name. Okay, as one of our loyal subscribers over here, I will automatically follow you back. Or if you are one of our loyal subscribers and you followed me on TikTok and I didn't follow you back, just hit me on the IG and tell me your TikTok name and I will follow you back. Okay. Also, don't forget you can donate to the channel. You can donate to the channel, and I do a pretty dance and all of that cute shit. Okay. My Cash App, Super Chat, even my Zelle is going across the screen. Okay. So do not forget to do that. Hello, everybody in the chat. Hello, Volvo. You made it. First comment. Okay. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Mahogany. How are you, boo? Hey, Vin. Hey, Prissy, how you doing, girl? And hey, DC girl, how you doing this early morning out there in California? So look, I'm gonna go ahead and drop this intro because y'all already know I can't start the show until you know. Now everyone's confused or was confused, okay? If Kamala Harris is black, she showed up. Her black ass showed up yesterday. Okay. She showed up yesterday. Okay. So we start the debate. Okay. Kamala goes right over to Trump because he was about to go stand in his little position and he thought she was going to go stand on hers. No. Okay. She went over there and shook his hand. Okay. He looked shook. He looked shocked. He looked like, I know this nigga bitch ain't put her hand in my hand. That's what the look was given, okay? He was shook. She took She took control of the debate from there. Okay, from jump, she came in like a adult. Okay, not having hissy fits, not throwing tantrums, not talking about I saw it on Fox, not any of that foolishness. Okay, she came in with a game plan, and I loved it for her. Okay, if you paid attention, I got an article that's going to give us highlights. But if you paid attention, did you notice that she kept looking at him? She kept looking at him. This guy, this foolish old man. She kept looking at the foolish old man and like, And he ain't looked in her direction one fucking time. I don't recall him looking. I ain't moved from the TV. I didn't recall him looking in her direction once. She won. She bitched him. She dominated him. She emasculated him. Okay, let me pull up some of these highlights. Now I got this from BBC because they want to be fair. So she walked in there and she was like, this is just 6 highlights of the debate. I'm gonna throw out more as they come to my mind because there's a lot of shit going on. Nice to see you. As she walked out, she strolled right across the stage as to Trump as he approached his podium because he wasn't gonna go shake a hand. Okay, she said, offering a handshake. Let's have a good debate. And she's smiling, and he is taken aback from jump. Okay, it was the first handshake in a presidential debate in 8 years. I did not realize that because Trump is rude. Because you would think that y'all would shake on it. They do that in debate team in high school, y'all. You would think that, you shake a motherfucking hand because they do that in the debate team in high school. But apparently Trump, he can't do it. I also found out, side note, when they was going off, we know that Trump went to Wharton. We know that Trump went to Wharton Business School. Kamala during the debate dropped that even the economists from, I think she said Goldman Sachs, and then she said from Wharton, because Wharton is all about the money. The money men go to Wharton. If you're going to go to finance, you go to Wharton. That's the Ivy League you go to. Harvard, kind of, but you go to Wharton, which is at UPenn, right? Cool. She was like, yeah, even the people at Wharton, and I think that was purposeful. Everything was purposeful, so, and then his response was like, yeah, I went to Wharton. I graduated from Wharton. Let me tell you something. Yes, he did. He went to Wharton. He graduated from Wharton. Do we know how he got into Wharton? Oh, his niece told us yesterday. His niece told me, y'all need to follow me on Twitter. Y'all need to stop playing and following me on Twitter. The niece got up on Twitter while the shit was happening. Real time, y'all. The niece got up on Twitter and was like, he went to Fordham here in New York. Okay. I know for the people who don't live in New York, Fordham is an amazing school. I'm not knocking Fordham. Fordham is a good school. But to be from a motherfucker who had $400 million to throw around in the fucking 70s, which is actually worth a couple $1 billion, Fordham is crazy. Just like I said, just like I'm saying, NYU is a great school. But to people who do this thing, NYU is the equivalent of a community college. Okay, let's call a spade a spade. That's where Barron is going. I'm no shade. I'm just saying, right? To people who do that thing. Okay, NYU is a great school for certain, but if you do that thing, you got that money, you got that influence, and you in New York and you trying to stay in school in New York, your goal is Columbia. Your goal is, NYU is a backup. NYU is a safety for the private school and, and the specialized school kids and the, that are here, right? Cool. The niece was like, he was at Fordham. So he only got into Fordham. Then her dad, Fred, the junior, because remember the dad name is Fred Trump Sr. The brother right? Donald Trump's brother, who's older than him, called up his homeboy at Wharton and was telling him, my brother going to Fordham and he really wants to go to UPenn. And, because that was his home skillet, he was like, oh, hey, sure. And then Fred the dad, went and took Trump, visited the school. I'm assuming the way it was perceived, palms were greased, and then Trump got in. So shout out to the niece for exposing, child, because because I always like, how the fuck he get into Wharton? Okay, so I'm talking now. I guess Trump tried to throw that back at her because she did that during the, I guess, last election debate to one of the girls, and it was funny. But when Trump did it, Trump was spewing all over the place. Okay, it was spewing all over the place. When I say spewing, forget this. I need to talk to y'all. When I say spewing, I mean spewing. They asking him about his plans. He ain't got no plans. He keep telling y'all he ain't got no plans. He want to get rid of Obamacare. Cool. What's the alternative? He ain't got an alternative. I'm not in office yet. I'm just thinking. The moderators are saying what you said on this day on Twitter, that you had a plan. No, you had 8 years at this point to come up with a plan, homie. He ain't come up with a plan fucking yet. Okay. When I say, oh my gosh, he tried to keep it together. But the blinking, I'm dying. I'm on the phone with somebody as we talking. I'm like, pay attention. When he starts losing it, not even 5 minutes into the debate, he's like this. You blink like, regular, blink again, regular. No, this is Trump. The rage was bubbling up. Okay. He goes on a tirade about, this is not in no particular order because this is coming to me. He goes into a tirade because now he's hot about a bunch of shit she done said, because she's making him look like he's slow. He ain't gotten, she's giving plans. She's telling America what she's here to do. He's scaring the shit out of everybody. He's gonna be World War III. The Ukrainian war wouldn't happen. This war wouldn't happen. He dropped national security information. He's talking about how he spoke to the Taliban leader. We ain't supposed to be negotiating with terrorists, sir. This is America. But I guess the Constitution, he hates the Constitution. He tried to talk about how he threatened the Taliban leaders and they had to stop what they were doing. Then he forgot to mention that he threatened the Taliban leader. Okay, they had to calm down for a little bit, because he's like, I'm gonna blow up your house. This is what Trump said. But then he missed that he also allowed them to release about 5,000 of the worst of the Taliban right into Afghanistan. And we're wondering why the women are on mute right now. We are wondering why the women can't go outside and speak. Okay. He went to talk about how he is such great friends and this war wouldn't start because he would have made a call of Putin. And then she sunned him. When I say she sunned him, I was telling you, if you don't think this woman black, oh Lord help you, Jesus. Where she was like, you think you friends with strong men, aka you ain't the strong man. Feel me? You think you friends with the strong man, basically. And she said it, Vladimir Putin, to eat your ass alive. The rage. That, in my opinion, that's why he had on so much orange makeup yesterday, because they knew he was going to turn all types of colors. They can't hide the anger underneath all that orange skin, child. So they piled on as much as possible to try to hide the red up underneath there, because he was fuming. So then he go, basically she called him a punk, which we all kind of, we think Vladimir Putin, Jr., all of them. It's like Trump think he's a mob boss. He think he gangster for real. He is a private school Ivy League kid that never had to work for nothing in his life. Okay? All right? Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. Vladimir Putin is a beast. Let's be real. Vladimir Putin is a beast forever. Vladimir Putin is the type of motherfucker who has popped people himself, who has probably strangled people to death, who has probably tortured people with his own hands, not just sent people to do it, who has tortured people with his own fucking hands. Vladimir Putin ain't playing, okay? And you think that's your friend. I keep saying this, and I need to, this is why I'm always upset when they want to, especially when they want to ban books and like only teach certain histories and shit. Like, if, especially if middle America, because you know their education sucks because they don't want funding and you know whatever the fuck their weird Republican ass be doing, they have no idea of real history. There's nothing in world history. If you even want to go, just think about the movies you've watched that are about generations and centuries past out in Europe and the people they were battling out east. Who the fuck you think those people were? Okay? That's been drama for centuries. They not playing at all. At all. And Trump think he a bad man like they bad mans, and he ain't. He gonna fuck around. If it go down, or even if it don't go down, it would not surprise me if this motherfucker loses and tries to run and maybe go to Russia. And Vladimir takes his ass out with his own hands. Would that surprise you? It would not surprise me. The common sense ain't coming. Like the shit he was saying, I get it. Trump is dumb. He ain't pay attention in school. A lot of MAGAs ain't pay attention in school. They talk a lot of shit, but have no idea about fucking history. Like I always say, what makes y'all think the Asians fucks with us behind the last 200 years of bullshit that the West has done to them? Let's not talk about the European and the UK and Europe and all of them has done for them for a couple 100 years when they were like, leave us the fuck alone, and the Caucasians were like, no, we're gonna force you into dealing with us. What about them makes you think that they ain't gonna take an opportunity when it pop to pop? Okay? Trump talking about, and then he goes on a dog tirade, child. And then the moderators, can we talk about, one thing at a time, Joe, one thing at a time. He gets on a dog tirade because now he's just raging all over the place, right? He's raging, but he's trying to keep it. He's raging, but he's trying hard, child. Can't teach old dogs new tricks, okay? But he's trying his best, child. He started talking about a story that really popped off yesterday on the Twitter, right? About how Haitian migrants in Ohio are kidnapping people's pets and barbecuing them. Real shit. Haitians. Now, if you don't know anything about Haitians, okay? Haitians are Catholic, like a lot of Hispanics. Haiti even though they speak French, I think might be still called like a Hispanic country. They are connected to DR, but they still have a lot of those Catholic roots. Why? As to why, and I told y'all previously, why a lot of Hispanics vote Republican, right? It's just the Catholic roots of it all. So he went and said, Haitians, a lot of Haitians out here, okay? Haitians in Ohio came and were eating people's fucking animals. Then we got some videos from the employers that employ the Haitians. Because remember, you got to work. Okay, you gotta work. You come here, if you born here, whatever, you gotta work to eat. But for them, they gotta work to even be here. Okay? Let's not act like these are black migrants. We know exactly why they are attacking the Haitians, because they're black. We know exactly why. Let's keep it a buck. Exactly why they're coming at the Haitians, talking about they're eating their dogs, they're eating their fucking these people cats. Ain't near report of it. Some random idiot on TikTok, on Twitter said it, and now people are taking off with it, right? But then they went and interviewed one of the employers that works at a factory, that runs a factory, that employs a bunch of Haitians. And he's like, shit, I wish I had more Haitians. They come on time, shit, they come early. They ain't fucking around on the job. They are doing their job, they working in machines, they learning, they are putting in work. Ain't no bullshit happening at work. Because again, they coming over here to make some bread. They coming over here to make a new fucking life. They are putting in the work. Then you got a pastor talking about all of, the church was empty. The church was about to close. And then the Haitian migrants came, and now the church is thriving. The church is thriving from all of the participation and from the donations and from them being involved in the community and building a community. And you got a whole bunch of Caucasians in the Springfield, Ohio, who can't have a job because they are hooked on drugs. Let's call a spade a spade. Remember that opium epidemic? Remember that opium epidemic? That opium epidemic got a lot of them white people who are on the TV in their 6x4s, 5x4s, nigga, I don't know, the trailers, talking about, oh, they taking their jobs. You couldn't get hired anyway because you couldn't even pass a drug test. Let's call a spade a spade. You couldn't get hired anyway because you couldn't even pass a drug test. You have you have felonies. And then I pulled up another stat. Do you know that people who come here, especially first generation, the arrest rates are like low as shit. Why? Because they don't come here for that. They're come here to making a new life. People who end up in jail, extremely higher proportion of them who are out here, they're coming to rape and pillage, are the people who were born in America, regardless of what race they are. Not the immigrants who immigrated from other places that we, America, and the North and the West have destroyed. They're paying tax dollars. Guess what? Because they're working and they ain't got no choice to work. They're buying homes because they're fucking saving their money. They're not buying fentanyl. Then they're talking about these people eat dogs. Listen, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn. I know Haitians. Haitians, sometimes I be like, y'all get on my nerves. I ain't gonna hold you. Haitians don't eat cats and dogs. Haitians don't eat cats and dogs. I don't know what they might do back home, but people out down south eat possums and shit, don't they? But Haitians don't eat cats and dogs. They don't eat cats and dogs. Like, let's be for real. You might, and I'm gonna say this just in fairness. I'm gonna say this. You might see a dead chicken for sacrifice, but it's a chicken. Okay, a fucking chicken. Okay. You ain't gonna see ain't no dead cats. Ain't no missing cats. Ain't no missing dogs. Ain't no none of that. Ain't no missing parents. Cut that shit out. Okay? One thing Haitians do is get the work and get the business. Let's stop playing. Let's stop playing. Stop playing in our face. And then he going the moderator like, bro, we called Springfield and they said that they got near report of this actually happened. And then what he say? What did he say? He said, but I saw it on TV. Didn't they just sue Fox News for a couple $1 billion because they are not an accurate news organization? And these motherfuckers, even the alleged wannabe president, is getting his news from Fox fucking News, who's just said a bunch of salacious bullshit, who is damn near a parody station at this point. Like, you got to be fucking kidding me. You have to be fucking kidding me. Let's go back into the highlights. They're eating dogs. Oh, and people are getting abortions apparently after birth. He said that. He said the babies are being born and that they put them to the side to decide what they're gonna do. He said that. He said the babies are born and they put them to the side to decide what they're gonna do. What? What? So they out here murdering babies. Out here saying, "Oh, his eyes ain't blue enough. Abort him, hang him, cut his throat." I don't know. They out here doing that. Like the insanity of the tirades. Then they gave him an opportunity. He kept cutting it off. I pulled up a stat. I don't know if I have it right now. When they were talking about how much speaking time he had, right? And again, the white male privilege of it all, right? The white male privilege of it all. He kept cutting in. He kept interrupting. Ain't nobody muted his mic. Kamala tried to interrupt like one fucking time that I can recall. One fucking time. And they just went right over her. And you know what? She still showed restraint and didn't just, kept going like him, because at the end of the day, she's a woman and they would have screamed, she's emotional, even though this fool is over here being emotional. And she's a Black woman at that. So then she would have been emotional and angry. She would have been an angry Black woman by the end of the night if she didn't. But peep game and check that. Peep game and check that. Then he went on to say, the rioters, or the people who tried to overthrow the government. I'm done saying rioters. The traitors who tried to overthrow our government, January 6th, those people, they didn't do nothing wrong. They did nothing wrong. He stands by them. They did nothing wrong. Charlottesville motherfuckers did nothing wrong. Nobody did nothing wrong. Okay. Then he tried to act like he didn't know anything about 2025. I ain't never read it. And my question would have been, can you read? My question would have been, can you read? My question, but you see, I'm not running for president, because my mouth would have got me in trouble. Because I'd be like, because you can't read. Hello? I'm like, but who gave you the cliff notes? You ain't gonna get me. We ain't playing semantics here, sir. I know you ain't read. You don't even like to read a 1-page brief. We know he ain't read 1,000 pages. But who gave you who gave you the key points that you were like, yeah, make it about this, make it about this, make it about that. Stop playing in our faces, sir. Stop playing in our faces. Okay, so there were no policies from him. He kept saying she has no policies as she's listing her policies. As she's listing what she's trying to do for the American people, small business owners, housing, everything. As she's listing said policies, he keeps saying she has no policies, but he's working on his policies. And he had 8 years to work on said policies, but yeah. And then he kept talking about Joe Biden, and she's like, "Sir, I'm not Joe Biden. Hello." It was so funny. And every time he was going, you kept looking. If you just looked at her face was like the face of all of us. Was like, this old man is confused. This old man is having dementia. This old man don't know what the hell he talking about. Then he tried to say she and Tim are gonna take away their guns. She's like, "Sir, I have a gun," because she's not a felon. "I have a gun. and Tim Walz have a gun. We're gun owners. We're not trying to take away people's guns. We're just trying to make sure that these guns are put in the hand of people who are trying to light up these schools. Okay, done. Bruh, when I tell you, it was so much. Again, if y'all come across, if y'all just, comment on things, and I remember, because it was so much. It was so much. So now we wrapping up. Him, the World War III. Cool. Cool. Fire, brimstone, atomic bombs. We need him and his stupid self because he feels like he is equal to Vladimir Putin. And he feels like Vladimir Putin, and rest of them respect him. I forgot. He lost it when she told him that all of his military people, like, basically said he is a disgrace. He is a disgrace for a president. He is a disgrace for an American, because any American know, well, fuck with Russia. I remember being a little kid having, how they have fire drills? If you old enough to know, you old enough to know. Having to get up underneath a desk. Do you remember those drills in like first and second grade? I was little, having to get up underneath a desk and shit. So then that happened. Synapses, people ain't eating cats. Shut the fuck up. They bringing in more tax money into your cities than half of them opium fiend out Caucasians are. Okay, they go to work every day. They have a job. They go to work. Ain't nobody taking no lunch. Ain't nobody taking no time off. That's just not how. That's not how the immigrants work. That's not how the Haitians work. And they work until the bones come off. Okay, they hardly taking lunches. If you ask me, I know enough Haitians. They working. That's why the manager of the plant of the plant they were working at was like, shit, I wish I had 30 more of them to work. They go and they get their jobs and they working. They not sitting up waiting on the fentanyl connect to drop by. They not waiting on, it's so crazy. A lot of these middle America motherfuckers, especially the people who are like in these places called the Springfield or whatever, these opioid out people, they are who they like to pretend us black people are. Too lazy to go find a job and drugged up every day. I said what I said. Donate to the channel, because that remark probably gonna get me demonetized, but I don't give a fuck. At this, I don't care. Okay. Then I turn it off. No, I don't turn it off. I'm clicking through stations after debate, right? I'm going through stations, seeing what the commentators are saying. And then I pull back up on MSNBC, because I was like, fuck CNN. CNN, especially after that bullshit they wrote yesterday. Cool. Tim Walz is there. She start reading some shit. I don't realize what she reading, because I'm catching it in the middle of what she reading. I opened the Twitter, because y'all know, follow me on Twitter, Bill. Follow me on Twitter. I opened the Twitter, and the world's number one cat lady, the world's number one cat lady pressed send at the end of the debate. And what did the world number one cat lady say? Okay. She endorsed Kamala Harris. Do we want to read this? Let's read it. Let's read it. All the Swifties, we see you, girls. We see you. She says, like many of you, I watched the debate tonight. If you haven't already, now is a great time to do your research on the issues at hand and the stances these candidates take on the topics that matter to you the most. AKA, she's telling Swifties, go Google some shit. Google. Don't let these people tell you what. Go figure it out. Go do some research, okay? Okay. As a voter, I make sure to watch and read everything I can about their proposed policies and plans for this country. She's telling the Swifties, I look into what's happening. You should too. That's what she's telling the Swifties. Ooh. Recently, I was made aware that an AI of me falsely endorsed Donald Trump's presidential run was posted to his site. It really conjured up my fears around AI and other dangers of spreading misinformation. This is the white. You know how I'm saying Kamala Harris's social media person is a black woman. Nobody could tell me it's not. It's a black person. Period. I'm thinking it's a black woman or a gay man, a black gay man. I'm thinking it. This person gives that energy, but it gives because I doubt she wrote this herself, but it's giving um the white version of it. Okay, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's giving smoke. Okay. um it brought me to the conclusion that I need to be very transparent about my actual plans for this election as a voter. The simplest way to combat misinformation is with the truth. I will be casting my vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz in the 2024 presidential election. I'm voting for Kamala Harris. She hashtagged her. She tagged her because she fights for the rights and causes I believe need a warrior to champion them. I think she is I think she is a steady-handed, gifted leader, and I believe we can accomplish so much more in this country if we are led by calm and not chaos. Right after the debate, send. Okay. um Basically she's saying that Trump is chaos. Pay attention. I was so um I was so heartened and impressed by her selection of running mate Tim Walz, who has been standing up for the LGBT rights, IVF, and women's rights to her own body for decades. I've done my research. She's telling them again. Look and Google it. Stop letting your husbands tell you, sis. Stop letting your husbands tell you, and you go Google some shit. Get off of TikTok for a second and get the Googling, okay? She said, I've done my research and I've made my choice. Your research is all yours to do, and the choice is yours to make. I also want to say, especially to first-time voters, remember that in order to vote, you have to be registered. I also find it much easier to vote early. She's dropping it. I'll link where to register and find early voting dates and info in my story. With love and hope, Taylor Swift, childless cat lady. Bitch. When I say that Vance should have never said anything about that lady and her cats. When I say that childless cat lady, when I say again, y'all follow me on Twitter and them. Okay. When I say the Twitter, even the white Twitter girls are out here giving on the low information on how to vote without your husband finding out who you voting for. Telling them tips and tricks. You can hide that those shoes you bought from him. I felt that. You can hide them shoes you bought. You can hide this. Go run and vote early. Go do this. Go do that. They are out here plotting and planning. Planning and plotting. And I'm here for it, y'all. All right. I'm gonna get into the comments. I'm going to drop the link in case anybody want to come up. Please don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. If you like my content, please don't forget to share this video. And you can also donate to the channel. Okay, we do not work for free. It costs money to do this. I appreciate y'all, and I might get demonetized because I just be saying what the fuck I be saying. They don't like that. They don't like that. I still got that strike on my channel from when I said about the assassination, when I questioned it, which keeps my videos from being pushed all the way. I still got that shit on until like the end of October. Okay, so but we don't give a fuck because I'm here to tell the truth. All right, I stand on business. Anyway, so support the channel. Let's jump into these comments. Hello, hello, everyone. We're going down. We're going down. I don't necessarily want to make this forever because I want people, I want people to be able to not see a 2-hour video and be scared off of watching it. Okay. She said, girl, eating dogs and cats took me out. I was like, what in the world? What? Yes, it is. No shade. No shade to Fordham. Fordham is a good school. Fordham is a great school. But to be one of these New York City private school kids, hell no. To be one of the, y'all know I got a kid, and y'all know how, if y'all been here long enough, y'all know I don't play about the education. We were going to boarding school. Y'all know what it is with me. Okay, I got my college. Well, it's not my college list. We got her college list already. We working on her fucking things. We setting it up. Y'all know, I know. If you've been here enough to know, you know, I know. I'm the one my friends call when we trying to figure out the schools for their kids and the activities that's going to take them where they need to go. That's me. Y'all know, I know. Fordham, you crazy. $1 million man, you crazy. That's what I said when we found out Barron was going to NYU. I was like, NYU? What? NYU is a great school. Even more if you ain't from New York, cool. But if you from here and you private school, you want to go to one of these top New York City schools, NYU ain't where you go. Okay, we got a caller. I don't recognize this caller, but y'all know I let everybody up. Remember, you must respect what the channel and who the host. Hey, JC.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can, boo.
Hi, from Ohio here. Definitely not eating anyone's cats or dogs.
Girl, I
I was.
know.
We were highly offended by that comment
You
last
Haitian
night.
girl?
I'm not. I'm black.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
regular black.
Okay. No
Actually,
problem. Yeah.
and I am from that area, not Springfield, Ohio, but there's a small town near Springfield, Ohio on Interstate 75. And that whole entire area is, like you said, very riddled with an opioid epidemic. And absolutely 100% agree with you that I can definitely see that the Haitians are coming in and really revitalizing the community. And he used that as a racist base. So that was just completely absurd. Everybody here is just talking about it. That was point number one. Point number two was I was very offended about his talk when he said that people were having babies and then the doctors are deciding on what to do with them after they were born. And it's
Put them
just
to
like
the side.
right, like it just makes no sense at all. Like any conscious, like somebody who's like any has any kind of smarts at all knows obviously that's murder. Like no one's doing that. No one's doing that. I was really glad that the moderators pointed that out at
Yeah,
that moment. The egregious lies, I was really glad that the moderators pointed out egregious lies. It's very interesting that the Republicans are saying that it was a 3-on-1 debate because obviously they're just grasping for straws on that because he lied several times. I checked the notes. It was like 33 times that he had lied, and they literally only fact checked him twice.
yeah.
So it definitely wasn't a 3-on-1 debate. They're just saying that. But all in all, I don't think the debate has like really swayed anybody one way or the other. I think we're all pretty like set on who we're going to vote for.
I
If
agree.
somebody is on the fence, I don't think this like I just think they're on the fence because they want to be on the fence. They don't want to make a decision at this point because she
JC,
made
you
it
know what I
very
think? I think
yeah.
at this point, you know who you voting for. And those undecided people are either Trump voters who don't want to tell people they're voting for Trump or just want attention.
Yeah, or just want attention. Absolutely. They're most likely Trump voters, or probably like older women who are like realizing that Trump is a horrible person. And they're like, well, I'm just not going to vote for anybody. Which, interestingly enough, I had a neighbor and she was an older woman, very, very sweet, kind. Like, she gave us toilet paper when we needed toilet paper, like that type of older, like nice lady. And
Mhm.
her and I had a really, said that She's like, well, I just don't really know a whole lot about Kamala. I don't really know a whole lot about her. And at that point, I'm like, well, I just don't really engage in that, because if you just literally go to whitehouse.gov and look up her policies, everything is right there. Nothing's being hid. You're not finding it. You don't know about it because you're not looking for it. So there's that. And then one last piece, and then I'll jump off here. I do want to say that I am a tax and business advisor. So hearing her tax deduction proposals and her proposals for small business funding is really interesting. And I will say that regarding the $50,000 tax deduction, I think that's a really great idea. However, I am interested to see how that plays out, considering the fact that a tax deduction comes after the fact.
Yeah,
But I think that was a really great way for her to bring people into the conversation and really talk about like how difficult it is as a small business owner and what she plans on doing. And of course, he had nothing to say about that.
absolutely nothing to say about that. I was also interested in that aspect because I'm a small business owner, so I'm like,
Mhm.
well, okay, I felt like maybe she's attempting to, like you said, level the playing field a lot. Everyone doesn't have a daddy who's going to give them $413 million
Right,
to
exactly.
so we'll see how that works out. But I appreciate you for coming up, JC, especially being from Ohio, because I'm not in Ohio and somebody has to, because I just think it's ludicrous. I,
Yeah,
I,
absolutely. I
I
had to
just think
speak
it's
up about
ludicrous.
that.
I
Thank you,
appreciate you.
Jovi.
Thank you
Love your
so much.
channel. Have a
Thank
great
you.
day.
You too. Okay, guys. Um, What are we? What are we? Okay, we got four. Okay. Let's go through these comments. Like I said, y'all see the link. If you want to come up and give your opinion, that is cool. Y'all already know the vibes. Do not disrespect the mods. Do not disrespect the host. Okay, Mahogany is chops you right off the block. Okay, so be very wise, mindful about what you say to me. You can have a difference of opinion, but don't come for me. Don't come for me. All right. Oh yeah, this is JC right here. She said, I'm living in Ohio. We are not out here eating pets. It's fake news. It's very racist. It's very, and what it also gives. I keep saying, we say we built this side of the world. Let's keep it a buck. These people, oh, we built, no, the European Americans, they ain't built this side. We've built this side of the world generation from the top to the bottom, right? From here, South America, Central America, they have ports because of all the people they brought over, black people, to dig that shit out in Panama. Okay, we've built this fucking country. And look, the Springfield, Ohio, falling apart, opioid epidemic out the ass, and then they bring in all these black people who are looking for a better life. And what do? They are working to try to make a better life. And the white people there are feeling away. Why? Because they're white and they feel away. Forget the fact that they have felonies and can't get a job. Forget the fact that they can't pass a drug test. Forget the fact that they never even attempted to do anything with their lives. Forget that. Let's be mad at the Haitian migrants who came over here and are actually applying for the jobs that you didn't want or couldn't even get. Let's call a spade a spade. I'm tired of y'all. Call a spade a spade. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and donate to the channel if you can. Girl, get back up here. Click in and click out like that. She said he had several tirades, so much. Sweetest girl said, I knew it was gonna be where Kamala had to walk over to him to introduce herself. He was looking like a bro, sleepy Joe. Yo, all the shit he was talking in the last debate. That was him. It was so funny. She said those dictator friends laugh at him and think he's weak. They know he's weak. They know he's weak. Listen. They know he's weak. You know a weak motherfucker when you see what. I don't care what he say. You know you weak. Oh, cause we're great. We're friends. Y'all ain't friends. They're using you because you're stupid and you want to be. I want to be down. with what y'all doing, huh? They gonna fucking roast his ass. But Jesus, I just had an image of of North Korea and Russia and all of them just sitting around a table with this nigga on a fucking table with a fucking apple stuck in his throat.
Oh my God, not an apple stuck in his throat, Jovi. But hey, I thoroughly enjoyed the debate. I know they had high and low moments, but my favorite one was addressing the elephant in the room. You are debating me, not President Joe Biden. And that is what needed to be said out loud to the world because they a lot of people don't want to see a woman in office.
Yeah.
They fear that, and because it's the symbolism of it all. Like it's one thing when it's these other countries, it's another thing when it's America. Because we are the leaders of the pact. We are the premier, the Mecca, right? But we've
Hmm.
never had a woman running the country. It's
Yeah.
always been men. So that do something for people. I did want to hear more about the immigration and policy, but overall, I already know who I'm casting my vote for. I know why I'm casting my vote. I will continue to urge people to to study who is up for reelection. The House, the Senate, those are like almost 400 seats.
Down the ballot.
400 seats. So start educating yourself now. Now is the time. And I love that Taylor Swift she said it as a successful woman who is probably a billionaire, who is unmarried with no children, okay, representing for the girls like myself, who's unmarried, no children, and this man got up on his platform to call us cat ladies. That was disheartening. Like, it
Yeah.
just shows that I don't think Trump's people did their research because out of all the candidates, I did not think he was going to choose JD Vance. And the fact that he did, I was just like, he stood for some stuff, but then that cat lady went about, and I said, oh, wow. And his poor wife, long suffering, it's always them long suffering women you got to pray for because they're the ones who are rearing up these types of men and women who adopt these philosophies and these ideologies that they proclaim out to the world.
Hmm.
So you're right, and I'm from the South, baby. We keep up. We're, we was looking. We were like, oh my goodness. But again, when it comes to politics and just speaking your mind, you see how they want to silence us, but they don't silence the others. Pay attention to that.
Pay
Pay
attention.
attention
Yeah.
to that. And I'm not listening to anybody who says they're not voting and your vote doesn't matter. Because if your vote didn't matter, how come we have to vote on everything? We literally
If
have to
our
vote
vote
on
didn't matter,
everything.
you ever notice that white people ain't out here telling other white people that they vote don't matter?
I
You ever
never see
notice
it.
that?
I
You ever
never see
notice
it.
that?
Never see it. They go get Susie Ray and Billy Tom from out of the boonies to go get
Hmm.
registered and vote. Like,
Yep.
did we not see the influx when Donald Trump won? There was an influx of new voters of the Caucasus Mountains. Okay. So please stop with this mess. Like people literally get up on these platforms and say, your vote don't matter with the utmost regard. And I'm like, that's crazy because down to you making money is voted on. It's crazy to
Yes.
me. I would never. There's people who literally died so you could have the right to vote. And I keep emphasizing that because 1964 was not that long ago.
My mama was born before then.
That is
That was not
not
that
that
long
long
ago.
ago.
My
Like
mama
Jim
was alive.
Crow is not that long ago. Like
Yeah.
I don't understand. And maybe some people need to take a trip down to these rural areas in the South where they still put your money on the counter and they won't touch your hand. So you can see how real it is because y'all are like clueless to how the world operates. And
Hmm.
y'all keep saying, well, we could just go to these other countries. Baby, these other countries don't even like women. Let's be for real.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's just my little tidbit. Jovi, keep up the work. Share this live. Get your merch. Support the channel. Black content creators. Okay, pay your Black media tax. And I'm dropping down. Thank you, Jovi.
All right, Bree. Yeah, like it is never lost on me when we hear all of these idiots talking about our vote don't count, it don't matter, it don't matter. That's always in the Black community. I've never in my life ever heard someone who isn't Black say that. Ever. Like, peep game, pay attention. Like Bree said, go somewhere. Everybody, too many of us, like they used to say, we live inside of a bubble. You know, a lot of people don't leave a 6-block radius. Let's keep it a buck. A lot of people have never left their city. A lot of people have never left their state. You think what you know what it is. I lived in Atlanta for about 2 years. I brought my ass back to Brooklyn. Okay, because my Brooklyn ass was peeping shit that I was like, oh, and that's Atlanta. And that was Atlanta and the outer areas of Atlanta. I used to say when I was young, I want to drive across the country, see the biggest toenail and, all of Route 66, all of that shit. Not my Black ass. Because it's real in this world. And you have to recognize what the fuck is happening. So if your Black ass is up here talking about the Haitian migrants, you really need to figure out how they gassed us and how they really got us fighting against each other to set our own self up for failure. Again, I'm not telling you to vote for Harris. I'm telling you to do your due diligence and pay attention and don't let these motherfuckers play in your face. Know who you are voting for. Okay, you can go online and they'll tell you who's up for re-election. It don't take that long. Do a little Google search. See what they're talking about, because this shit matters. From our school board, y'all know I don't play. Y'all know I just got off the phone with the Board of Elections about an hour ago. Y'all know I work Board of Elections because I'm trying to get in the early elections. I just got off the phone with them an hour ago. I'm going down there Friday. Okay, I'm going down there Friday. We may not be live. I got to see what I'm doing. I got to go to there and I got to go to assembly, my Brooklyn Assembly's office, because I'm not playing. In whatever part of the world you are, or whatever part of the United States you are, you need to know what is going on and what is going to be beneficial for you and your children. And if you don't have children, what's going to be beneficial for your nieces and your nephews, okay? What's going to be beneficial for people who look like us, because we done took the burden of everything forever, and we should not have to. Vote for what is better, what it is going to benefit our Black asses. Don't vote for what's unless you make $100 million a year. Okay, I wish I had those problems. Don't vote for what is beneficial for rich people who don't give a fuck. And when the shit go to shit, they're going to Mars. Vote for who is beneficial for you, whatever that might be. If you think it's Trump, okay, bitch, all right. But do something. Say something. Talk to your family. Your grandmama's got it already, okay? Trust me, as somebody who worked the elections, the old ladies is on it. Get your little nephews, get your nieces, your nephews. Stop fucking playing. Get them registered and get them out here and let them know, because these little kids, these 20-year-olds, ain't got no fucking idea. They too busy watching TikTok. And I'm done. Like I said, I have a live. Hello, Sharita. How are you, girl? I have a not a live. I made a video before we got on here. After I got off the phone with Board of Elections, I tore a bitch up. Okay, Jovi style. It's dropping at 3. I got it scheduled. Y'all know I gotta head to the gym right now. That's why I'm dressed like, sports bra, sporting. So yeah, I will try to see if I will probably attempt to drop more content today. But if not, remember, we have a video scheduled for 3 p.m. It will be dropping. I appreciate you all as always. And as always, I hope you live your life like it's golden, because there's no other way to live it. And stop letting stupid people play in your face. We're smarter. Act like it.